sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen.
One guarantee I can absolutely make is that all we could...
Sandwich between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Fields throw pulled in by Robinson here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Fields. Man open is Robinson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. to throw. Fields. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. A shotgun snap. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Cohen now to return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And out across midfield down to the 45.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs. They have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 19. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Charles, you talked about this defense, and they're in for a tough test, playing a team working on a 3-game win streak. But their head coach very confident in his guys' chances when he spoke to the media earlier this week.
I'd call him brimming with confidence, and he should be. Because if that's what he needs to do to fire up his guys, he should do so. And he's telling everybody, we've got a locker room full of guys ready to step up, and he's making sure that he believes it so that he hopes that his players will as well.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. Oh, nice move. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. Here's Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Play action now. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change that.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Zerline good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell me they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Meanwhile, field so complete there to Perriman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Fields now to throw.
Buying time to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this one too low.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They keep on the ground with Elliott.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That one complete to Elliott. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Prescott.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown! A great play there. With his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Cowboys 42, Bears nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This is Breida. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give to Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Fields.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Fields on 1st down. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
His 9th rushing touchdown on the year, number 12 overall.
And the Bears are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. A short, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Fights through, and now a crease.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run with Elliott. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Ezekiel Elliott had a guy guy who considers himself underrated has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Here's Cohen now to return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
There's never a good place on the...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Off play action, Fields.
They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. 128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
This is Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Elliott powers through it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas,
they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.